Anyone who's an anyone knows about Wahl, and anyone that's been cutting hair for longer than a week knows about the Wahl seniors. Wahl is what Ford and Honda are to the car world, reliable. Wahl is what Jordans are to the sneaker world, fly, timeless, and classic. Wahl is what Coca-Cola is to the everyday consumer, first of its kind, sweet, practical, efficient, and it's changed the world forever. So before we jump into the video and review these beautiful clippers, we're gonna take a little dive into the history of Wahl. The timestamp is up ahead here if you'd like to skip ahead, but I highly suggest you stick around for this little history lesson. It will help you a lot in understanding why Wahl is so important to the barbering industry and why the seniors are revolutionary. So I prepared some notes here on my phone to help me keep track because it was very difficult to research and compose and articulate my thoughts correctly and in a time efficient manner to help you guys best understand what I'm trying to say. So the founder of Wahl is Leo J. Wahl. Why is that important? That one man is solely responsible for why our clippers look and operate how they do today. See, before Leo, barbering involved a manual clipper. Some of you guys might have seen it, some of you guys haven't. I'm gonna pop some pictures up on the screen to help you guys understand. These clippers were invented by a Serbian man who I'm gonna try to pronounce without butchering it, Nikola Bizimic. Apologies if I do butcher that. The only Serbian that I really know is Nikola Jokic. But he invented them in the 1850s, but today's story isn't really about him. So back to Leo. As a youngster, Leo in high school fell in love with science and machinery, more so with vibrating electromagnetic motors, how they looked, moved, and operated. He attended the University of Illinois, where he graduated as an engineer. Leo was so smart that he used to design vibrating medical massagers for his uncle Frank Wahl, who used to manufacture them as he owned Wahl manufacturing plant in Sterling, Illinois. And then Leo used to go and sell them to local barbershops. That's where Leo noticed how outdated barber tools were and how bad of an innovation they really needed. Little did he know, he was about to change the world for a century to come and counting. When his uncle Frank got called to serve in the Mexican Revolution, that's when Leo took over the company and started working on an electric clipper. On October 14th, 1919, Leo had applied for a patent for his newly developed electromagnetic hair clipper. Towards the end of 1920, Leo had manufactured and sold thousands of clippers to barbers across the states and still closely worked with local barbers to keep innovating his technology. In 1921, Leo purchased 100% of his uncle's company and renamed it Wahl Clipper Corporation. And that's what we know it as today. Now, I know you guys came to learn about the seniors, so I'm not gonna bore you all with whole Wahl history lesson, even though it's a very beautiful and rich history. We'll save that for another day. If you guys would like to see that, leave a like, leave a comment if you'd like to see it as much as I'd like to make it. Because believe me, in my research for this video, I learned a lot. Now, the cool thing about the Wahl seniors is how many iterations or versions of them have been released throughout the years. It was a little hard to find this information as it varies per source, and I mean official sources across different Wahl websites, Wahl Canada, Wahl UK, Wahl America, Wahl Europe, Wahl India. The first iteration of Wahl seniors is said to have been released in 1953, while some other sources claim in between 1946 to 1949. In 1957, Leo Wahl passed away with 100 plus patents to his name. Even though none of us knew Leo, nor did he know us, I'd like to take a second to thank Mr. Wahl for his contributions to this beautiful industry as we know it today. He was a creator, innovator, and visionary, and for that, we salute you, Mr. Wahl. Without Leo doing what he did, who knows what the barbering industry would have looked like today. Shortly after Mr. Wahl passing away, the company moved to a bigger warehouse, also in Sterling, Illinois, where it can be found today. I'd love to go there personally and really see it, and maybe even drive past where the old factory was, where he was running stuff. A lot of history. I'm a history buff if you know me in real life. Not really pertaining to what we're talking about, so let's keep moving. So if you guys were paying attention, quite literally, Wahl is the OG. It is the original gangster. Without Wahl, there is none of what we have today. There is none of what we know today. So I just thought it would be cool to share that with you guys before we jumped into the review. What up, y'all? Thanks for joining me in this review plus unboxing. First things first, we're reviewing and unboxing the all-metal cordless Wahl Senior. Packaging and clipper includes the same thing that the normal one would, excluding the actual all-metal Wahl Senior. You're gonna get the clipper, obviously, charger, charging dock, classic Wahl comb, the manual oil that they always give, 3 premium wall guards that include the 0.5, 1, 1.5. Now the going rate for a cordless Wahl Senior is anywhere from $150 to $200, and the all-metal Senior going for $250 to $300. These prices are in Canadian. I'm a Canadian, so if you're American, European, Australian, you're lit. Real quick, shout out to my boy Manny here for letting me record some footage of me cutting his hair using the clipper, just for background while I yap. Now this Wahl Senior is not to be confused with the Wahl Senior 1919 100-year drop, but this is the all metal Wahl Senior drop. Two different clippers, very similar. If you guys want to see a review on that one, I'm more than happy to do it, but it's not that one. First things first, a normal Wahl Senior has about 70 minutes of runtime. This one gets about 80. I've seen a lot of people online complaining about that, saying that the runtime is not long enough. In my opinion, it is. I've had zero problems. As I stated previously, it does come with a charging dock, so when you're not using it, you can just throw it on the dock. It's not like back in the day where you had to plug it in every time, and sometimes you get lazy, so not an issue today. With the sound of the clipper, I had no problems. When it comes to the Senior, it's always been a middle of the pack clipper in terms of how loud it is for me. If the Ergos are a 1 and the Rebels are a 10, the Seniors are a 5 or 5.5. You can still have a great conversation with your client and maintain the traditional sound of what you think an active barbershop would sound like. The Seniors, much like the low bro counterpart, the Magic Clips, are very ergonomic as well. They possess the same hoops for grippage on the back of the clipper, but don't have the same thumb grip that the Magic Clips have on the front. For me, that's not an issue because the stability you'd gain from the thumb grip is made up with the weight of the clipper, providing you the same amount of balance in the end. That brings me to my next point. The Seniors, especially the all metal ones, are not like clippers. I'm not saying you gotta be Mr. Gold's Gym 2024, but expect a little weight to them. Wahl and Andis continue to stay true to traditional clippers with weight in their Seniors and Masters respectively. This just comes down to preference, but do keep in mind with the trade-off of a heavier clipper, you will also gain more power, so it's not just a lose-lose situation. The Seniors come attached with a fade blade as opposed to a taper blade, which also comes down to preference. Me personally, I found the fade blade helps me with fading quite a lot better, but does tend up to heat up a little bit quicker. But this may just be because I've come accustomed to vapor blades, which are pretty dope too. But worst case scenario, if that bothers you that much, with the barber industry being where it is today, you can easily modify your clippers and change the blade. Now down to what really matters. When it comes to debulking, I found I require a very strong clipper because I cut a lot of South Asian and African hair, and they tend to be on the thicker end of the hair spectrum. If I had to compare the Seniors to anything, I'd probably say a portable lawnmower. Simply put, amazing at debulking and doing so without hair. Especially when those clients come in after so long of not having a haircut and you quickly need to mow it down real quick. Almost as good as a detachable clip. When it comes down to fading, I found zero problems, but I'm a bit biased because I did learn with the Wahl system, more so developed my ability to fade with Magic Clips, and then the Seniors just made it easier once I had my fundamentals down pat. Now a really low-key factor that a lot of people don't touch on but matters a lot to me when I'm picking my clipper is how well it performs when doing a beard service. More so when it comes to sculpting of beards and freehanding, as I do cut a lot of South Asian people and a lot of them do happen to have beards. So the ability to freehand with a clipper is very important to me. I found the Seniors are at the top of that list alongside the Babyliss Gold FX clipper, the one that kind of looks like a flashlight. I find with most other clippers, when I try to freehand a beard, it just happens to push the hair away as opposed to cutting it, but that's never been an issue with the Seniors. Now why'd I buy this clipper? Simple. I love Wahl. From the first time I used my corded Wahl detailer to the first time I had a Wahl clipper, which happened to be the Magic Clips, and then later the Seniors. Some people can make the argument that, hey, Wahl's tools are kind of outdated and they don't try to do anything new, but if it's not broken, why fix it? Their tools have always been worth it to me, always quality, and they're never cheating the person buying it. So would I suggest y'all to purchase this clipper? Most definitely. The Wahl Seniors to me, if you guys watch basketball, are like Tim Duncan. No gimmicks, not too flashy, but they're always there, they're always reliable, and they're always going to get the job done. If y'all are on the fence about this clipper, I really hope I could help you. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out via DM or leave me a comment and I'll definitely reply. Leave a like, share with a friend, and if you have any other suggestions of clippers that I should review next, definitely let me know. But other than that, subscribe. Peace. Catch you guys in the next one.